Okay. I clicked the button, so I think I'm live. Um. All right. Since no one's here, uh, I'm just gonna code. I'm just gonna code till people get here. Let me see. Or if no one shows up, it'll just be a coding stream. And I don't have to watch this dumb video. Right? That's good. It's good. Let me see. What did I call this? Also, look, I'm learning Bevy. Okay. I'm gonna try to make games, like, you know, as my side projects. Um, and I can go through my thought process about why games, even though I don't play games at all, and I haven't played games since I was a kid. Um, but yeah, I think. Oh, what am I doing? There we go. Yeah, I mean, my side. I just haven't. Um, every time I think about doing a side project for the web, I'm just like, so yeah, I don't know. I have like a list of things. Um uh let me just delete this and let me just do this. Um uh okay, there we go. All right. Okay. Yeah, right. Okay, it's good. All right. So yeah, I'll watch the whole thing and then I'll jump. Um I'm starting earlier than I normally do, which I'm already super late. And I should really wake up earlier. Oh, all right. Um, okay. All right. So no one's showing up. So I'm just gonna code for a second. So yeah. So I just want to go over like why I want to make games, right? Oh, that's so funny. I posted a link on Twitter, and then Null Inside banned somebody. That's hilarious. Dang, there's so many bots. Like, and this is kind of why I'm like, I don't know. Like maybe the web is like I think it took me too long to realize that like everyone's everyday experience on the web is terrible and so they hate it, right? Like and it's so hard to find good stuff. Like there's tons of good web apps but like no one knows what they are. Um I mean, I guess the only other thing I think of is like I mean, you can go on Product Hunt or whatever, but I don't know. Like who's going to do that, you know? I don't know. Maybe I should just make a YouTube channel devoted to finding good software, right? Because it's out there, right? I just no one knows about it. I just had. Ooh, that's a good idea. All right. Anyway, I'm a code because no one's here. So I've been learning Bevy. Let me open it up a little bit. Let me show you what I've been working on here. Bevy is it's a lot. Bevy is a lot. Um, there's a lot going on with Bevy. Let me turn this down a little bit. The music is a little intense. Um, yeah, what was I doing? Right? Still getting the hang of this keyboard. This and this, right? Enter? No, this and this. Uh, no, it's this and this. Enter. There we go. Janet. Janet misses me. Dude. What's going on with Janet? What's going on with Janet? Let's see. Janet Lang? Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Looking good still. This is this guy he's in what I call Nvidia's stable of geniuses, right? They've got Nvidia over the last like 10, 15 years. I don't even know when this happened, but I call them a stable cuz it's like a horse stable, right? So they got all these thoroughbreds, right? And they're all geniuses and I have no idea what they do in Austin at Nvidia. No clue. But all I know is they all work for Nvidia and they all have like insane side projects. So let me see. Is it still Nvidia? Oh, maybe he doesn't have Nvidia. Um, oh shoot, you know what? Yeah, maybe. I thought for sure he worked at Nvidia or her or whoever. Let me see. Yeah, I thought for sure. Didn't I see like something with Nvidia? I need to back up my talking. Let's see, Calvin Rose Nvidia, right? And then there's another guy who's also a genius, but he's like completely given up on life. Wait, hold on. Um, oh, here we go. Compiler engineer. Okay, so compiler engineer at Nvidia, right? This is what I'm this is what I'm talking about. Like there's so many geniuses at Nvidia and they've been there. The other genius that is not the author of Janet Lang is oh, what's this dude's name? I totally forgot. I totally forgot though. Yeah, it's crazy. That's what I'm saying. Like, some of this stuff is like untouchable, Like could I make a Lisp? Yeah. Would it be as good as Janet? No. No, it would not. Hold on, let me what's the other thing? Bamboozle. It seems easy to bamboozle you in being a genius. Dude. I mean, I don't know. Like being a compiler engineer at Nvidia, I'm fairly sure that that can qualify you. What's his name? Tungus. There we go. Bojan Tungus. So he actually quit Nvidia, but he was look, machine learning x Nvidia, right? Can you see that? Where's my plus? I don't even know where my plus. Hold on. I gotta find plus on my keyboard. Hold on. Where is it? Where is it? Okay, so I hold this. Plus is here. Okay, so there we go. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, so I hold this. Oh, there we go. Plus. Okay. What am I doing? Oh no. Okay, there we go. You could see it. Machine learning. He looks too handsome to be a genius. Look, the thing about Twitter, they're all super old pictures, right? So it's like Twitter is for like intellectuals, I guess, and this picture's like super old. I see this guy a lot on the timeline. Yeah, so he did machine learning at Nvidia. He recently quit, but I think he still has his stock options, right? So I mean, not only is he good to go, he's like rich, right? And like look at all this. Kaggle quadruple grandmaster. I did not know what this was, but apparently Kaggle is this thing that means you're a genius, right? He's also a physicist. He made XGBoost, which is like some kind of tree data structure. Like it's some kind of speed up for like machine learning on tree data structures or something, or decision trees. Most geniuses are actually very attractive and have high charisma. It's almost unfair. Now he just posts memes. Yeah, Anshul, that's what I'm saying. Look, he Okay, so this is what makes you a genius, right? It's not that he worked in Nvidia or he was a physicist or any of that stuff, right? So I have a theory, all right? Like I don't know if you guys watch Tech Lead, okay? But my theory is that I'm gonna get to the AI thing. Okay, I'll get to the AI thing. But my theory is that we've reached some kind of, I don't want to say saturation, right? You remember him? Yeah, I don't want to say saturation, but his latest videos are kind of like a tell, right? And this too. Like, why would a genius who's a physicist and who worked in machine learning at Nvidia, right? He quit Nvidia. They didn't fire him, right? Um, why would he optimize for Twitter followers, right? And I think this is what makes you a genius is like you optimize for whatever it is and you attack it head on, right? And so how do you do this? How do you make money from Twitter? You post memes, right? So like here's what is this? This is, oh, come on, Bojan. All right. So you just post memes, right? Or can I get back to my, how do I do this? What was I? It was space, this. No, it was this. And then plus, right? There we go. Oh no, minus. Oh, or maybe it's zero. Oh, that was equals. Minus? No. Zero? I don't have the window selected. There we go. Okay. So it's just memes. right? It's just memes. Why would a genius from Nvidia just post memes on Twitter, right? So this is my theory. Between him and Tech Lead, who also worked at Google and stuff, right? Saturation. Yeah, I don't want to say saturation. Geniuses are often of picking up and can excel. That's what I'm saying. Savants, savants. Right, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Savant, is a better term for that's true. So why would Tech Lead start a YouTube channel and like optimize for over 1 million subs, right? And why would Bojan Tungus try to get Twitter people to like look at his stupid memes, right? Like look at these dumb memes. I don't even understand this meme. Like what what is this? I don't understand. Okay, I get this one, right? But yeah, so it's like you can say, oh, he's just having fun or whatever, but it's this many memes that's a lot, right? Every single post is a meme, right? Except for this one, but still. So my theory is that there is like a maturation, not a saturation. Maybe I should flood TL with memes. Yeah. Some of those are so dumb. Yeah, they're really dumb, but like it only takes one to hit, right? This is so stupid. Like honestly, this is the dumbest. Like this is funny though. This one's got me. All right. So my theory is that we've reached some kind of maturation in the software industry, or at least in like the tech industry in general. And like I mean, it took me too long to realize this, but people's everyday experiences are like the same 5 companies, right? Like they own everything. They're basically an oligopoly. And like, let's say I wanted to make a new email service today, right? Like hey.com, right? I could carve out a little niche, maybe, right? But probably not. Everyone's just going to use Gmail, right? I can make like, whatever, any other service that you use every day, like Twitter, right? But no one's going to come. Like, look at Blue Sky. What's the other ones? Mastodon, right? I mean, there's a few people on there, right? Threads also, right? And that's a huge company, right? Look, I don't know. All I'm saying is like, I just think we've reached like the point of no return. I think we've like gone through a black hole of industry maturation. And like, I think we might have seen the last of the big apps, I guess, like the last of the rise of the big apps. Like, and TikTok was the last one, right? Or you could say like Be Real, but I don't know. Is Be Real that big? I have no idea. The useful ones? Yeah, the useful ones. Yeah, that's a good one. Aren't AI benchmarks memes, really? That's true, though. That is true. Most devs are super disconnected with the industry as a whole. What do you mean by that? Penguin, what do you mean by that? Every piece of software that we made has already has been made. Yeah, so but okay, so like most devs don't get jobs? Oh, disconnected from the industry. Oh, I see. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Like most devs' interests don't work. Most devs' interest is like not business focused at all. But I will say, okay, so this is all depressing, right? It's all depressing. Unless you think, okay, this actually frees you to kind of do the thing you actually wanted to do anyway. Like no one wants to like crush Jira tickets. You know what I mean? Like no one's out here like, oh, I got a new GitHub issue. I'm so excited, right? Oh, I could finish my thing before the sprint, you know? Yeah, no one's super excited about that, right? The things you say don't connect to my experience. I pen test, so I see different companies every day, not all owned by just 5 companies. Yeah, that's true. But I'm saying like the consumers, not like B2B, right? I mean, yeah, like we have pen testers come in at my company. Like I don't work at one of those, right? But I feel like if you don't work at one of those, it's all like B2B, right? Like business stuff in the back end, you know, kind of like in the background. How exciting. We'll never be able to innovate anymore in software. It's crazy. More issues. Yeah. um, yeah, I mean, I'm not. Yeah, I don't know. Like innovation. Yeah, I'm not really sold on innovation. Anyway, look, all that to say, my theory is that a lot of these geniuses are doing things like side projects like Janet Lang, right? Um, they're doing stuff like memes, you know. They're making YouTube videos like Tech Lead, right? Or YouTube channels like Tech Lead. Um, yeah, I mean even Prime, right? Like who I don't know if I wouldn't consider Prime a I wouldn't consider him a genius. Well, I don't know if he's a genius. Look, I don't know. But he worked at Netflix for 10 years and now he quit and now he's doing like I don't know what he's doing. He's making Doom in the terminal or something, right? Um so yeah. I mean that, it's kind of like setting off like alarm bells in my head. And I don't want to say anything about Tawny, but look, she might have been right. Okay. I always think about what she said about like peak software hiring. And I was like, maybe she's right. I don't know. Uh, I do agree with the premise of the gold rush of indie devs for side projects is over. Yeah. Like, and it's funny. Levels is kind of he's one of the standout people in that scene. And, if you don't know what I'm talking about, oh my gosh, this stupid keyboard. Okay, Levels IO, right? Got him on speed dial. Look at that, right there in the history. That's so good. So, like, geez, this freaking what is it? This plus? There we go. So he has like all this stuff, right? It's like some AI thing where you take a selfie and like it makes pictures of you. He's apparently making $52,000 a month from that. It's a job board, right? 47K, 500,000 Twitter followers. He sells merch somehow. I don't understand that, but yeah, like, so this is like a 0.01% outcome, right? I think the more likely thing that you could do is what's that other one? It's called like Ship Fast, right? What is it? This one. So this person, they probably have their name on it somewhere. They always do, Well, who made this? Who made this guy? This guy right here. Oh, he has a YouTube video. Oh my gosh, he's got a YouTube. All right, hold on. It's his face. They always put their face. Where is the is there like a I want to see this because I want to show how much money. Oh, maybe his personal site. Oh, here we go. Does he have the money? Oh, right here. So most of his projects don't make much money, right? But look at this one. $123,000 a month. So this is the epitome of like like I don't want to say a pyramid scheme. That's not what I want to say. I don't want to say like a Ponzi or like a pyramid scheme. But like it's this idea that you're selling this like dream to people that they can quit their jobs and make money from side projects, even though your own side projects combined like don't they don't like the things that you would use Ship Fast for, these for, they don't make any money, right? Like grifting. Yeah. That's like, it's probably grifting, right? Try about. No, we found it. Yeah, it sells a template. Yeah. They're not lazy. They're just trying to like do the thing, right? Fine tune templates. Yeah. Grifting is, yeah. Feels more like people just don't know what to build. Loads of industries are small but not tech optimized. There are, but everybody looks at crypto and AI. Getting rich by selling courses about getting rich. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, a Tech Penguin. It is true. It is true. So, I was trying to justify my decision to make games, and I got really sidetracked. But like, I think the software doesn't matter that much. I always say like the thing that matters is like sales and marketing. So like if you're gonna make, I think everyone is looking for scalable businesses instead of customized bespoke apps. Yeah, that is true. I like if you want recurring revenue, and you don't want to grift like ship fast, the only the really one of the only options is B2B sales, right? So it's all about like the funnel into your thing. So I think the easiest way to get there is uh, direct sales, like you literally call people. And no dev wants to do that, right? Not as much money in the ladder though. Uh, yes. Oh, customized bespoke apps. Yeah. Yeah. Totally. I totally agree with this. Yeah. Like you're trying to solve a problem and not trying to make software, right? Selling software is hard. So, but if you sell like a dream or you sell like something else and it happens to include software, there you go. But yeah, like I'm not actually aware of anyone making money outside of full-time employment for weird stuff like OCaml or like other languages that we're all kind of like into. But anyway, like I'm done. I'm done ranting. I'm in F sharp full time. Oh shoot, F sharp. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like employed in F sharp. Like, but I'm not aware of any like people selling like side projects in F sharp. But maybe that's just like ignorance on my part. I don't know. Look, I don't know. Maybe I'm totally wrong about all this stuff. This is also possible, right? I'm trying to like spin a narrative in my head and maybe it doesn't exist. But yeah, but I have been looking at Bevy and I definitely don't want to go through sales cycles and do B2B SaaS. I don't even like SaaS. Really? Um, you know, I don't know. I think it's more a me thing though, tell you the truth. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Is this me as a grifter? What we need is more Scrum. If only we had more Scrum. All right, so I want to show you this. We have partnerships with sales firms that sell our product. We are not in the business of sales, but solving problems. Yes. Yes. I mean, I think it's a good thing. All right, so let me show you this. I got to show you guys this thing. So this is what I want to watch right now. We're going to watch this. How long has it been? 20 minutes. Good Lord. I was supposed to take 10 minutes. Okay, so let's watch this real quick. Let me turn the music. Hold on. Let me turn the music. So this is whatever her name is. Mirati or something. I don't know how to say it. Okay. So here we go. Let's watch this. Can I zoom out real quick? Let me do that. There we go. I'll get there. Okay. I will get there on this keyboard. Let me take this away. Okay.
I think it's really going to be a collaborative tool, especially in the creative spaces, where
I do too.
Yeah, more people will become more creative. Some creative jobs maybe will go away.
Oh, dude, creative and scare quotes and like creative jobs are going away. I had to watch this whole video, so.
But maybe they shouldn't have been there in the first place. You know, if the content that comes out of it is not very high quality, but.
Dang. So I guess like yeah, it's brutal. Like it's honestly brutal. I guess like what should these creatives be doing, right? Like I don't understand how you get to high quality without going through the low quality valley first, right? Like how do you get to you don't get good like at first. It takes a while. Watch my phone. Okay. Yeah. Tech Penguin. We'll see ya. Creative jobs are really bad for labor violations. Should get a nicer job like in the mines. Yeah.
I really believe that using it as a tool for education, creativity will expand our intelligence and creativity and imagination.
It's weird to say we're gonna expand our creativity. I think it's a weird, like that's a strange thing. She should have just come out from the gate and said, some creative jobs will go away. She shouldn't have said that. She should have just said, so this is, she works at OpenAI, right? She's like Samira Murati. I think she's Italian. OpenAI. Here, oh, there's Wikipedia. Good Lord. All right. Is this her? Yeah. OpenAI. Okay. So yeah, this isn't really. That was not useful at all. So let me see. Oh, here's like a nice. Okay, so this is it. So this is CTO. Sees OpenAI CTO. Um, but yeah, so I gotta watch this video. I want to watch the whole thing. I'm gonna speed it up though. Because I want to see whatever the crazy.
Good afternoon,
stuff
everyone.
Say, right? Hang on, let me turn this down a little bit. There we go. Is this better?
Great to see a nice packed room here in our new building. My name is Alexis Abramson, Dean of Thayer School of Engineering at Dartmouth.
Sped up.
And it's truly a pleasure to welcome you all to this very special event, a conversation with Mira Murati, one of our nation's...
Yeah, it includes software engineering. Yes, creative jobs include software. So I think there's this the OpenAI people, they have a real PR problem, right? They say, oh, we're empowering humanity, right? There's this video. AI everywhere. This is the video that clip came from. Transforming our world, empowering humanity, right? Are we empowering humanity by losing their jobs? I guess I'm not quite sure what that means. You shouldn't say any jobs will be lost. That's I'm not a politician, but I probably wouldn't say that, right? That's not something I would lead with.
Foremost leaders in artificial...
Here's the thing. AI will only kill jobs as long as it's profitable. There's a whole economic elephant in the room that isn't talked about. That is true. I
intelligence.
The GPT
also
API.
The Dartmouth Engineering alum.
Is,
before we get started, I want to extend a
It's super expensive.
Special welcome to a special guest, Joy Bolawini, who is also renowned for her work in AI ethics, and algorithmic justice. She'll also be receiving her honorary degree from Dartmouth tomorrow. And a warm welcome to...
You don't want to maintain code generated by AI? I agree. It's bad.
Mira and all of you who either are part of her family now or are part of her family when she was here at Dartmouth, including her brother, Ernal
Let's just
Murati.
skip
Also
this. Oh my gosh, this goes on. Oh, here we go, finally.
And a beautiful building. So nice.
I wasn't sure if this was the right video. Dude, 3 minutes of intro. Oh, sorry, yeah. Bluvian. Sorry. Okay. Where was I? This? There we go. All right. Look, for all us mids out there who don't...
Mira, thank you so much for coming here and spending...
Who don't do machine learning. I will say that generative AI specifically, which is what they're all talking about, I don't know. There's this idea of abundance. But when you get to abundance, you only have memes, right? Memes are abundant, I'm not sure if I want that kind of abundance. Constraints are beautiful. Remember, the marketers are different than engineers. Just remember how much our own marketers at our company have sold things that were not even possible, but that's true. That is true.
Time. I can only imagine how crazy your days are right now.
It's great to be...
I think there's also... OpenAI people have to contend. They have all these billions, and they have to keep pushing this idea that they're gonna solve the world's problems, right? Because you can't get that much investment without doing that. I know what you're saying.
It is so...
Tofu the lofu. I know what you're saying.
Nice of you to take this time for everybody here.
Really happy to be here.
And I want to get right to it because I know everybody just wants to hear what's going on in your life. And
look, let's just listen to it at normal speed. They talk so slow. Let's just...
And what you're building, because it's just fascinating. Maybe we should just start with you. And, you leave Thayer. You go to Tesla for a bit, then OpenAI. If you could just describe kind of that period and then joining OpenAI in the early days.
Yeah, so I was, right after Thayer, I actually worked in aerospace briefly, and then I sort of realized that aerospace was kind of slow moving. And I was very interested in Tesla's mission and, of course, really innovative challenges in building basically a sustainable future for transportation. And I decided to join then. And after working on Model S and Model X, I thought, I don't really want to become a car person. I kind of want to work on different challenges at the intersection of really advancing society forward in some way, but also in doing this really hard engineering.
Aerospace, slow moving. I know of no other industry that can launch projectiles vehicles at the speed they can. Yeah, I wouldn't consider aerospace. I mean, aerospace, not Boeing. Look, Boeing's moving fast. They're building so many planes. Okay, do they fall apart? I don't know. Who knows? Like, who knows if they fall apart?
Challenges. And at the time when I was at Tesla, I got very interested in self-driving cars and sort of, the intersection of these technologies, computer vision and AI, applying them to self-driving cars. And I thought, okay, I'd like to learn more about AI, but in different domains. And that's when I joined a startup where I was leading engineering and product to apply AI and computer vision in the domain of spatial computing.
Dude, okay, so like honestly, I understand the push for self-driving cars, but it just feels like it would be way easier to solve if we just didn't do self-driving cars and we put like alternatives to air travel in North America. Like if there was like high-speed rail, if there's high-speed rail or like a few lanes of freeways where like you put your car on a rail or something. I don't know. Look, I don't know what I'm talking about, but I just feel like it's like a really complicated solution to specifically North America's problems, Oh my gosh, Blue. That's so funny. I'm definitely not going to high-speed rail you. Okay, I'm not going to do that. No, it's not too far. I have auto stuff, No. I'm not going to, we're not
thinking about the
anybody,
next interface of computing. And at the time, I thought it was going to be virtual reality and augmented reality. Now, I think it's a bit different.
Oh, dude, VR and AR owned. Man, this lady's brutal. I kind of like this, though. I like the frankness. Like, she's very like an engineer. Like, oh, this sucks. That's bad. Creatives gonna lose their jobs,
But I thought, what if you could use your hands to interact with very complex information, whether it's, formulas.
That's also true.
Or molecules or, concepts in topology. You can just learn about these things and interact with them in a much more intuitive way. And that expands your learning. So it turned out VR was a bit too early then. And so But this gave me enough to learn about AI in a different domain. And sort of, I think my career has always been kind of at the intersection of technology and various applications. And it gave me a different perspective of how far along AI was and what it could be applied to.
So Tesla self-driving, you saw machine learning, deep learning. You could see where this was going. Yeah.
Yes.
Did you work?
Dang. RAM codes, what's up? That's all of technology.
Not clearly, I did, yes, in the last year especially. But it wasn't totally clear where it was going. It was, at the time, it was still, apply AI to narrow applications. Not generally. You're applying it to very narrow, specific problems. And it was the same in VR and AR. And from then, I thought, I don't really want to just apply it to specific problems. I want to learn about...
Power Glove? Dude. Do you remember, what was that thing that Nintendo had? It was like the 3D boy. What was it called? It was like the... It was like a little stand or something. What was that stupid thing? I don't even remember. I'm not going to look it up. But like, I don't even remember what it was called, right? Oh, there's an ad? Okay, let's go through it. Finally, ad. Look, I'm sorry, okay? I was really into Twitch last year, and I was like, I'm going for partner. But I just wound up as a, what's the thing? What's the thing below partner? I forgot.
The research and really understand what is going on.
And then somehow I had to have ads on my stream. Before I didn't have any ads. And then I regret signing up for the affiliate, right?
And from there, then go apply it to other things. Oops. So this is when I joined OpenAI, and OpenAI's mission was very appealing to me. It was a nonprofit back then, and the mission hasn't changed. The structure has changed, but when I joined 6 years ago, it was a nonprofit geared to build safe artificial general intelligence, and it was the only other company doing this other than DeepMind. Now, of course, there are a lot of companies that are sort of building some version of this.
Yeah.
Yes.
She's the CTO. So she went. I think she went to. I don't know if she went to Dartmouth. But she's a CTO of OpenAI. She worked at Tesla Aerospace, right? Safe.
That's sort of how the journey started to OpenAI.
Got it. And so you've been building a lot since you were there. I mean, maybe we could just, for the group, just some AI basics of, machine learning, deep learning. Now AI, it's all related, but it is something different. So, what is going on there, and how does that come out in a ChatGPT or a DALL-E or your video product? Like, how does it work?
Yeah, so...
you can't call it a product, can you? Can you call Sora a product that if it doesn't exist, right? Like, are we saying vaporware? Look, if Sora is a real product, I have products. Okay, I got products I can sell you. No problem. They're in the works.
It's not something radically new. In a sense, we're building on decades and decades of human endeavor, and in fact, it did start here. And what has happened in, let's say, the last decades is this combination of these three things, where you have neural networks, and then a ton of data and a ton of compute. And you combine these three things, and you get these really transformative AI systems or models that it turns out they can do these amazing things like general tasks. But it's not really clear how. Deep learning just works. And of course, we're trying to understand and apply tools and research to understand how these systems actually work. But we know it works from...
Is there a difference between deep learning and machine... Deep learning just works, except for when it hallucinates. So is there a difference between deep learning and machine learning? I'm not quite sure of the difference there, I guess, right? There is. What is the difference? Blueviet, what do you actually know? What is the difference? And then you have an autocomplete app on steroids. Yeah. Oh, tap it. What's up? Autocomplete. Look, I mean, a Copilot is very bad. I should probably try some of the Rust stuff. And I feel like the new Claude comes out. I try it. I'm disappointed. So I kind of don't want to do that again. But maybe I'll try the new Claude for code gen. I don't know, man. And I hate on Twitter. I hate this acronym SODA, right? State of the art. It's like I see that acronym everywhere, and I'm like, dude. Machine learning is a rectangle. Deep learning is a square. Okay. All right.
Just having done it for the past few years. And we have also seen the trajectory of progress and how the systems have gotten better over time. When you look at systems that like GPT-3, large language models that we deployed about 3.5 years ago. GPT-3 was able to sort of, first of all, the goal of this model is just to predict the next token.
It's really next word prediction.
Yes,
yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah. And then we found out that if you give this model this objective to predict the next token, and you've trained it on a ton of data and you're using a lot of compute, what you also get is this model that actually understands language at a pretty similar level to how we can.
It's read all the books. It kind of knows what word should come next.
On the internet, and
it hasn't read the books. Right? It doesn't read the books. Okay. That's not what happens, but that's all right. OpenAI came up with it, or they just took a research paper and built it that way. Yeah. I mean, you're talking about transformers. Yeah. They took a research paper and they built it that way. It actually understands language. Your engineers would disagree. Yeah. I would say like throwing darts at a dartboard really fast is not the same as understanding language, but you know what? Sure. Why not? Maybe that's what we're all doing.
But it's not memorizing what's next. Mm-hmm. It is really generating an understanding of its own understanding of the pattern of the data that it has seen previously. Mm-hmm. And then we found that, okay, it's not just language. Actually, if you put different types of data in there, like code, it can code too. Mm-hmm. So actually, it doesn't care what type of data you put in there. It can be images, it can be video, it can be sound, and it can do...
Dude, I will say, though, that for 2 years ago, I thought 2 years from then, I would not have a job, legitimately. In 2022, I saw this AI stuff, and I thought by 2024, I will be fired, okay? I will not be able to be a programmer anymore. I'm like, what do I do? Am I going to be an electrician? I legitimately thought this in my mind, okay? I was so dumb. I was so off on this, all this stupidity that gets thrown at me on Twitter. I actually started to believe it, right? I can't even describe how dumb I felt, and I still feel to this day. Look, I mean, if you're going to fire me, just do it. If the computers can program, then fire me. Why am I still employed? Right. It freaked me out. Yeah, no, I was going through some dark times,
Do exactly the same thing.
But what's funny, though, I think about AI is we're not, we don't have, I was saying about saturation earlier. AI is not going to do much. We already have so many people making so many things in software that it's I don't see how AI is going to change that at all. If you go to Product Hunt any day, tons of new SaaSes. You go to Steam, tons of new games. You go to the App Store, tons of new apps. It's there's not we don't have a problem, right? Like we don't have I wish there was this one thing. Like, no, like there's tons of stuff already. I actually thought cars would all drive themselves by now. Yeah, so much BS pumped out by these companies. It's insane. No contest, stars or hearts? Stars. Hearts, too much. It's overloaded, you know? Olaf, what's up? Everyone thinks that innovation progress is exponential, but it's logarithmic where it tapers off. Yeah. It's an S, right? And we were on the we were on the up part, right? So it's like, dude, and then it goes like this. Now we're like approaching the flat part. But all this investment got pumped in on the up. And so like now OpenAI is struggling. Can you pronounce SHTML for me? It's HTML. Okay.
We'll
S is silent. All right.
Yeah,
I did add something. I did add something to HTML. And I honestly wanted to do more. I'm doing game stuff now. I'm starting to do games. But honestly, this is right. Honestly though, I did. I don't know if you saw this, but yeah, I added this thing. Someone was saying like, what if I want to like do a different order for the components? Can I do this? Is that possible? There we go. What if I want to do like a different order? So like here's a component, right? And it has these arguments. So you have to do this if you want to be able to call it like this, because all this is just a function, right? I don't do anything special like turn it into a struct or anything. And so here, like you could just put these in any order now. So here's ABC, but you can call it BCA, right? Also, yeah, two-string. Like, so without that, you'd have to do ABC, right? Which you could say, like you should have done that from the beginning, but I don't know. Like annotating functions with proc macro attributes everywhere, it feels like a lot of duplication. Component returns a component. Like it's like there's just a ton of duplication. I don't know. I was dispensed from work and Monday is a holiday. Heyo. I don't know what that means. What's dispensed? What is that? You're not fired, right? That doesn't mean fired, does it? Does that just mean you're on vacation? They told me to leave because you've been working so hard? Like a weed thing? Dude, I was like legitly trying to understand that. I went to HQ. This story is insane. Dude, Blue Bean's laughing. Yeah, you can laugh at me. That's fine. I didn't have the papers they wanted. It was a lot of paper. Olaf, what is this story? What is happening? Like, I don't understand this. Look, you come in here. We're talking about HTML, okay? I didn't tell them everything was online. What in the world? Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. That is a cool story. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. Leave without giving your relieving letter. I'm so. See, Jandu is also confused. Okay.
Text prompt can give you images or video, and now you're seeing even the reverse.
Yes, exactly. So you can do, so we found out that this formula actually works really well. Data, compute, and deep learning. And you can put different types of data. You can increase the amount of compute, and then the performance of these AI systems gets better and better. And this is what we refer to as scaling laws. They're not actual laws. It's essentially like a statistical prediction of the capability of the model improving as you put in more data and more compute into it. And this is what's driving AI progress today.
When did you start with the chatbot? Just so
I see.
So yeah, in terms of product, actually we started with the API. We didn't really know how to commercialize
No one can get fired from a
GPT-3.
government job.
It's actually very, very difficult to commercialize AI technology. And initially, we took this for granted, and we were very focused on building the technology and doing research. And we thought, here is this amazing model. Commercial partners, take it and go build amazing products on top of it. And then we found out that that's actually very hard. And
I'm going to skip forward, I think, because I really want to get to the part where she talks about people losing jobs. But honestly, I can interpret this a different way. They started as a research lab, trying to do transformer-based machine learning models. And then they hit a plateau internally, and they were like, there's literally nothing we can do. We need more money. So let's make ChatGPT. And they had already plateaued, like in terms of And it's just every other GPU you add to the system to make it like train harder and faster, it adds less and less, right? So like there's diminishing returns, right?
So this is why we started doing it ourselves.
We led you to build a chatbot because you just wanted it.
Yeah. Yes, because we were trying to figure out, okay, why is it so hard for these really amazing, successful companies to actually turn this technology into a helpful product? And it's because it's a very odd way to build products. You're starting from capabilities. You're starting from a technology. You're not starting from what is the problem in the world that I'm trying to address. It's a very general capability.
Right. And so that leads to pretty quickly what you just described there, which is more data, more compute, more intelligence. How intelligent is this going to get? I mean, it sounds like your description is the scaling of this is pretty linear.
What's interesting, I think, is that the first change from this was that large tech companies like Google and stuff, they had like a monopoly on good recommendation algorithms, and like summarization stuff. But now, like, that's pretty, like, you could just call the OpenAI API, right? And, like, get a summary from some text or whatever, audio. Or you could, no good, Nick, what's up? Or you could, like, you don't have to have, like, this whole team of people to do all this stuff. You can, like, you can get pretty good recommendations from, like, LLMs, I think, with, like, just barely any effort. So I think that's probably the first major change from is like all of these like different like ways of doing like machine learning sort of like coalesced into like the LLM way, the transformer way.
You add more of those elements and it gets smarter.
Yeah.
How quickly has it gotten smarter, ChatGPT, in the last couple of years, and how quickly will it get to, maybe human level intelligence?
I don't know. It depends how much you're charging people, right, to use it. It all depends. I mean, Basecamp assumes that Rails is not that expensive, right? To run. So they'll just add more computers, right?
So yeah, these systems are already human level in specific tasks. And of course, in a lot of tasks, they're not. If you look at the trajectory of...
I don't know. I mean, it does sound fun, and it's Python. Ugh, Python. It does sound fun, but at the same time, like ethically, it's a gray area. I mean, I know you can like find good open data sets and stuff, and like Common Crawl is fair game, but at the same time, like Common Crawl itself feels like you're just profiting off. Like, I mean, if you look at the arc of technology companies, it's they started out like doing things themselves. NVIDIA, yeah. What is NVIDIA today? Oh, geez, I just restarted.
ChatGPT.
What is NVIDIA? Can I? Oh, geez, can I? NVIDIA? I don't even know what keys I'm pressing on my keyboard. It's not looking good. It's not looking good. Where's the Google one? Oh, is there no dark mode on this? Oh, it's looking great, actually. Hold on. What am I talking about? So here's... Oh, there's a peak here. Uh-oh. It peaked 2 days ago. Is this just like a lull, though? Because, like, it also, like, went down here, right? Maybe people are just taking profits, Maybe we're not at the end, you know what I mean? If you look at the 1 year, it's, like, insane. But, yeah, this little dip right here. This little guy. But there's one here. And there's one here, too, right? And here, too, right? So, yeah, I don't know. That's a good... Leak browser history? Yeah, go ahead and look. I saw that. We can go through my browser history. How do I get back to the history? Let's see. Where was I? History? All right. So we got NVIDIA here. I just did that. We got Shipfast. This was all on stream. Like, this is not this is not bad. It's fine. It's fine. All right. Why are they going down? I think it's just a little thing. They're still going up. I used to work at a US top 200 website where we set up honeypots for scrapers of our data. Oh, nice. Let's all move from NVIDIA chips and only use Raspberry Pi. Yeah. NVIDIA only goes up, never down. If it goes down, it's just fake propaganda. It's called a pullback. Oh. Oh shoot, it's a pullback. Control H. Yeah. No, we looked at it. It's fine. It's fine. We can talk. We can look at my history.
See in the last couple of years, and how quickly will it get to, maybe human level intelligence?
So yeah, these systems are already human level in specific tasks, and
it's
of course,
human level
in a lot
already.
of tasks, they're not. If you look at the trajectory of improvement, systems like GPT-3 were maybe, let's say, toddler level intelligence, and then systems like GPT-4 are more like smart high schooler intelligence, and then in the next couple of years, we're looking at PhD level intelligence for specific tasks. So things are changing and improving pretty rapidly.
PhD level though, right? I've done a few years of technical analysis and trading. Oh, for specific, what tasks? Which ones? Can I get my own personal PhD? Is that possible? Yeah, I want that. Can I get a PhD coder to do my code instead? Because that would be really good. I would love that.
Meaning like a year from now.
Yeah, a year and a half, let's say. Yeah.
A year and a half.
You're having a conversation with ChatGPT, and it seems smarter than you.
In some things, yes, in a lot of things.
Can I get ChatGPT to write my PhD? You only have to wait a year and a half, okay? And 2 years ago, I thought maybe I was just off on the timeline, right? So maybe I only have a year and a half left, right? PHP level, they will never achieve PHP levels of intelligence, okay? ChatGPT will never, I can say this confidently, all right? ChatGPT will never own a Lambo, all right? When the minute that AI goes to the Lambo dealership, all right, is the day that I quit, all right? I quit programming. It's human level already. Humans are pretty dumb. Average of 3rd, 8th grade reading level. Dang, Sergeant Pepper. That's brutal. What if ChatGPT takes control of a Lambo? I quit.
Thanks.
I quit.
Maybe a year away from that.
I mean, yeah, could be pretty close.
What is AI wasn't
Well, I mean, it does lead to these other questions, and I know you've been very vocal on this, which I'm happy and proud that you are doing on the safety aspects of it. But I mean, people do want to hear from you on that. So I mean, what about 3 years from now, when it's unbelievably intelligent? It can pass every single bar exam everywhere and every test we've ever done, and then it just decides it wants to connect to the internet on its own and start doing things. And is that real? And is that something you're thinking about as the CTO?
Oh, did you guys see Safe Super Intelligence? Right? What was it? It's Ilya's thing. Safe Super Intelligence, Ilya or something. How do I get? Where's the actual website though? Like all this news, like they all all these freaking vultures. Do you see this? How do I get to the real thing? Like where do I go to get to the real website, right? Skiever. I can't believe I have to go to Twitter to get to the real thing. Like, are you serious? What is this command? Where's T? This? Okay. What kind of world are we living in, right? There. Okay, look at this website. I love the machine learning websites, right? Because they're like, look at this. This is there's some stuff for like whatever. There's some inline style. There's literally meta tags, inline styles. That's it. Just these two, right? Main content and body, right? And they even call it ID main content and not main, right? That's it. That's the whole website. There's no Java. Is there JavaScript? There's no JavaScript. There's just one H. This is how I make websites. It's so good. I love this. No React, just this. SSI.inc, right? Look at this. Safe Super Intelligence, right? Oh yeah, Olaf knows it, right? It's like plain HTML. The website is better than like 90%. I know. That's why I'm going to make games, because I give up. I give up on the web. Building safe superintelligence is the most important technical problem of our time. It's so dumb. It's just a bunch of BS, right? But it's interesting. The Daniel Gross didn't he try to do like some kind of all-in-one search engine for Y Combinator like years ago. And didn't he do like Pioneer or something? What was that? It was like some weekends and nights and weekends style thing, right? I don't even know. Wait, what was I? Oh, yeah, there's this too. Safe for who? Safe for them to make money. Okay, that's what it is. Give me your investment. My name's Ilya Sutskever or Sutskever. I don't know how to say it. So just use a div. Yeah, I don't know how to use the semantics of main, so just use a div. Yeah. I mean, we don't know how to use the semantics either.
And leading the
we
product
just
direction?
use divs.
Yes, we're thinking a lot about this. It's definitely real that you will have AI systems that will have agentic capabilities, connect to the internet, talk to each other, agents connecting to each other and doing tasks together, or agents working with humans and collaborating seamlessly. So sort of working with AI like we work with each other today. In terms of safety, security, the societal impact aspects of this work, I think these things are not an afterthought. It can be that you sort of develop the technology and then you have to figure out how to deal with these issues. You kind of have to build them alongside the technology and actually.
Dude, I don't. We've always done that though. It's definitely real. Sounds like someone saying something wasn't real. We've always done that. Like, who cares about the societal impacts of technology? Like, why are the machine learning people like? Why do they care? Like, I mean, we made cigarettes, we made skyscrapers, we made cars. Like, what? Like, how? When in the arc of history have we ever cared about what the impacts are of the technology, right? Yeah, marketing, yeah.
In a deeply embedded way to get it
So
right.
dumb.
And for capabilities and safety.
Like, AI is probably the least thing. It's like the least scary technology I can imagine, right? Like, AI is like not anything. It's like I was gonna say it's a toy, but honestly, it's like a shoot. If I think it's a toy, that means I should have bought NVIDIA 2 years ago. It's too late now. Look, I mean, I don't know. AI is not even it's like a blip.
They're actually not separate domains,
right? Like
they go hand in hand. It's much easier to direct a smarter system by telling it, okay, just don't do these things, than it would be to direct a less intelligent system. It's sort of like training, a smarter dog versus a dumber dog. And so intelligence and safety go hand in hand.
It understands the guardrails better because
Right,
it's smarter.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. And so there is this whole debate right now around, do you do more safety or do you do more capability research? And I think that's a bit misguided because, of course, you have to think about, the safety into deploying
She called AI a dog. It's pretty accurate, though. Honestly, if you've ever owned, like, I have a German Shepherd, they can really understand what you're saying. Like, and they're always listening for keywords that they want. Like, because the German Shepherd is, like, biological systems. I don't know what it is, but they always have this, like, implicit reward function built in, right? So, yeah. Wait, what? Wait, I have a mod? There's a mod in here? It's easier to direct a smarter system by saying don't use these. Yeah, it's definitely not easier. I want to teach my dog not to bark at other dogs because, like, German Shepherds are very mean. And she understands what I mean, but she just directly disobeys me, right? So I would say that the smarter a system is, the harder it is, right? Like, that's a weird, I don't know if she's ever even owned like a poodle or a German Shepherd. They're like super stubborn, right? I don't know. Like, saying it's a dog is accurate, but at the same time, it takes a lot of training and a lot of effort to train your dog to do anything that you want it to do. Like, it's not like programming's way easier. Like, programming things for the computer to do is like so much nicer. Dogs understand language better than AI. It's true. It's true they do. But they're selective. Like, they're listening for, like, I can't even say the word. If I say the word, she'll probably start. Well, I'll just say it. Like, or park, or like outside, or like walk, right? Like, those are all like, oh, it's time, right? Do you know how to program a dog? Badly. That's what I'm saying. I think what's actually happening to AI safety is that the big govs big enterprises are aligning their interests so they can have AI and we can't. But that's just my tinfoil hat thing. It's not even a tinfoil hat. That's really what's happening, right? Classical conditioning. Yeah.
product and the guardrails around that. But in terms of research and development, they actually go hand in hand.
It's funny to, it's easy to get around their prompts, though.
Yeah, from our perspective, the way we're thinking about this is approaching it very scientifically. So let's try to predict the capabilities that these models will be the capabilities that these models will have before we actually finish training. And then along the way, let's prepare the guardrails for how we handle them. That's not really been the case in the industry so far. We train these models, and then there are these emergent capabilities, we call them, because they emerge. We don't know they're going to emerge. We can see sort of the statistical performance, but we don't know whether that statistical performance means that the model is better at translation or at doing, biochemistry or doing or coding or something else. And developing this new science of capability prediction.
Us software engineers, we're expensive. Like, if these corporations can just get rid of us, they'd save so much money. It'd be all pure profit, right? It'd be no more expensive engineers.
Helps us prepare for what's to come. And that means...
You're saying all that safety work is kind of consistent with your development. It's a similar path.
Yeah, so you have to kind of bring it along.
What about these issues neuro, like, the video of Vladimir Zelensky saying, "We surrender." The Tom Hanks video, or a dentist ad, or I can't remember what it was. What about these types of uses?
I even saw that.
Is that in your sphere, or does there need to be regulation around that, or how do you see that playing out?
So I mean, my perspective on this is that this is our technology, so it's our responsibility how it's used, but it's also shared responsibility with society, civil society, government, content makers, media, and so on, to figure out how it's used. But in order to make it a shared responsibility, you need to bring people along, you need to give them access, you need to give them tools to understand.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, if everyone's using, well, that's not necessarily true. I mean, theoretically, one person could use LLMs better than another one, right? And they could get a leg up that way, right? I'm pretty sure everyone thinking Sui will be dead job, but not sure what will happen. Yeah, everyone is thinking that. I was discussing about specific areas of TI and jobs, and this experience guys said that every day there's less coding jobs, but there's always be the need for network engineers. Really? That's interesting. Sure, but using an LLM better is in the realm of a software engineer. Yeah,
and to provide guardrails. And
those things are kind of hard to stop.
It's not a genie. You know what I mean? Like, you can't just make 3 wishes and have it do the thing. There's definitely some variance in prompts and strategies and stuff like that, right? Oh, information technology. Oh, okay. Oh, I see. I get it.
Right.
Well, I think it's not possible to have zero risk, but it's really a question of how do you minimize risk, and providing people the tools to do that. And in the case of government, for example, it's very important to bring them along and give them early access to things, educate them on what's going on.
Governments.
Yes, for sure, and regulators. And I think perhaps the most significant thing that ChatGPT did was bring AI into the public consciousness, give people a real intuitive sense for what the technology is capable of, and also of its risks. It's a different thing when you read about it versus when you try it, and you try it in your business and you see, okay, it cannot do these things, but it can do this other amazing thing, and this is what it actually means for the workforce or for my business. And it allows people to prepare.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. I mean, just these interfaces that you've created, ChatGPT, DALL-E, are informing people about what's coming. I mean, you can use it. You can see now what's underneath. Do you think there's, just to finish on the government point, let's just talk the US right now. Do you wish there was certain regulations that we're actually just putting into place right now before you get to that year or two from now when it's extremely intelligent, a little bit scary? So are there things that should just be done now?
We've been advocating for more regulation on the frontier models, which will have this, amazing capabilities that also have a downside because of misuse. And we've been very open with policymakers and working with regulators on that. On the more sort of near-term and smaller models, I think it's good to allow for a lot of breadth and richness in the ecosystem, and not let people that don't have as many resources in compute or data not block the innovation in those areas. So we've been advocating for more regulation in the frontier systems where the risks are much higher.
Though.
And also, you can kind of get ahead of what's coming versus trying to keep up with changes that are already happening really rapidly.
But you probably don't want Washington, D.C., regulating your release of GPT-5. That you can or cannot do this?
I mean, it depends, actually. It depends on the regulation. So there is a lot of work that we already do that has now been sort of codified in...
remember that time in history where there was I've heard that story, the War of the Worlds. Yeah, they thought that there was legitly aliens landing, Yeah. I feel like that's relevant, but I can't explain it. Yeah.
The White House
No,
commitment.
that's how I felt 2 years ago. I was duped. Like,
and this
so
work
dumb.
had already been done.
Because at a superficial level, like, you know, if you've never like done any coding and you come here and you go, you know, write me a React, like you've heard of React, right? You go write me a React app that counts from 0, right? And, you know, it's like, and it goes, oh, here you go, right? And you're like, whoa, this is incredible. Like, I couldn't do that because I don't know React or any of this stuff, right? You know? And you're like, this is incredible. Oh, okay. So now, like, now that I can do this, right? Oh, and it like explains everything. But it's like, this just came from the docs, right? Like, you could have, it would have been harder for you to read the docs because, like, you're reading it in like a different, what is T? Is T on this side or this side? I think it's on this side. All right, there we go. So you go to like a react.dev, right? And then you give it the old question mark, ooh woo, right? And then you give it the little equals true, right? So you go to react.dev with the ooh woo mode, okay? That's what you need. You need ooh woo mode. And then you go over here, you go learn React, right? And you go, okay, here's a tutorial, right? Tic-tac-toe, right? And you're like, cool. But like, you could easily just copy and paste this too, right? But like, it's harder to like see because you're kind of like in this person's like mindset here. And so like, it's not as straightforward, I guess, because you can't see the code being written. So yeah, and then you have to like sort of scroll down, like read through all this stuff. And they're really going into it, right? Like they're really teaching you like how to do the React thing. But here it just seems like magic, right? Like there's no navigations on the left and the right. There's none of this other stuff. It's just, you know, whatever, right? What am I doing? Saving up for, oh yeah, no, this actually isn't, this is totally wrong. How do I get rid of this? I got a ZSA Voyager, right? I got this thing. Right. I actually got the kinesis and I sent it back because it actually made my hand hurt. Like that's how bad it was. I didn't like the look of it either. Not that you're looking at the keyboard that much, but yeah, this is what I wound up with, right? I like this because it has less thumb keys than the kinesis. The kinesis has 5 thumb keys, which I'm not even sure like what to do with it, right? Yeah, and I like the ortholinear columnar versus like row based, like a QWERTY. Yeah, that's what took me the longest to get used to because I'm used to like overreaching across things. But the Apple Magic Keyboard is like, I mean, there's like no key travel. It's so flat. Like I like the flat much better. Like the curve thing, I don't know, my hands are too big. And so when I was like trying to reach back into that kinesis well, that's what made my hand hurt. You know what I mean? Like I had no problem going like out, but yeah, when I like reach back to get to the CV X keys, flat is justice. Yeah. I don't know what to do with my thumbs. Yes. I don't know what to do with my thumbs. Like, what do we do? But yeah, I like the flat much better. And this is cool. And the ortholinear, like, I don't know. Like, I'm not super sold on it, but I like the fact that it's split. I basically just wanted it to be split and I didn't really care about like all the other ortho stuff because I don't have wrist pain. So yeah. And I also like have this like crazy tenting situation where like I mounted it on my desk. And so now it's like tilted this way at a more extreme angle than the kinesis ever could be. So that was like the 2 things that I wanted. Don't judge AIs by what they can do, but by how rapidly they are progressing. Yeah, it's so true. That's so true. Look, but anyway, I don't know. I get it. Like this looks like magic, right? This is cool, right? Especially if you've never done the thing. But yeah, what someone said to build me a $1 trillion SaaS company. Is that what you're saying? Is that what we're doing? That is an ambitious goal that requires strategic approach. Okay, yeah, right. Anyway, so yeah.
It actually informed the White House commitments.
Teach me the best tricks about the glove. I was considering the Glove 80, but honestly, I don't like that. I don't like that the wells, you know. But I do like that the Glove 80 has the chalk. These keys are closer to the Magic Keyboard keys. Of course, like there still is some. The problem I think with speed for these keyboards, what the Apple Magic Keyboard does not suffer from, is that all the keys are the same, right? They're all the same like flatness. Do you know what I mean? Like uh they're never like touching each other, and like you don't have to lift your fingers at all, so you can go really really fast. But these ones, like as I'm trying to move across the keyboard, like the Voyager doesn't have that either, but for these well ones, you have to really like lift your fingers up a lot. But yeah, my tricks are mostly I was doing like double combo keys and stuff, and I was doing like more things like that, but yeah, I've sort of just like resigned myself to doing layers. So like this layer is like a symbol layer, and like all my symbols, I moved them down from the top row to the second row, right? And then I also have like special ones for like stuff I do all the time. Like I kept parens here to keep it QWERTY, but I did have it where I had all the angle brackets and the squares and the curlies and the parens all in the same column, which I did like interesting, but I did like it. I did like it, and it was interesting, but yeah, I don't know. Anyway, no one wants to hear about my keyboard, right? Full-size keyboard with MX Cherry Red. I want to migrate to split. Yeah, I don't like MX keys. Like I'm not into that. I like the chalk. Home row mods? Yeah, so home row mods are different than combo keys. Yeah, I agree. Home row mods are easy to misfire. Yeah, combo keys are solid. Yeah, combo keys are where you touch two keys, right? At the same time, or 3 or 4 or whatever, and like that becomes a different key. I need a layout that can do both coding and Latin. Yeah. I love all this stuff because you can make the keyboard your own, and you're not like stuck to whatever like QWERTY came out with, like, you know, hundreds of years ago or whatever. It's nice. Like, I don't know, it's not hundreds, but it's probably like 100, right? Or 50, 70 years ago. Typewriters, right? Maybe it is. Maybe it is longer than that. I don't know. But yeah, there's a lot of like built-in stuff to old keyboards that doesn't really apply, or it doesn't have to apply. So yeah, I'm still messing around with the symbol layer because I feel like the symbols, I had it so that you could, if you pressed a key longer, like I still have that actually. So like if I press 1, if I hold it for like a split second longer, it turns into exclamation, which I do like, and it's like not as easy to misfire. But yeah, home row mods, I was having like, I had it all over. Like I basically had this layer here, the symbol layer, on this layer, except each key that I held was a different symbol. And I was moving pretty fast, but I was also like misfiring too. So maybe it's like about the timing, because you can in the edit screen, you can change the amount of time it takes to do, like, I have auto shift, but yeah, you can like change the tapping time. So like it sets the interval delay that the firmware listens for, like how fast the key is pressed. Look, this is really nerdy. Okay, we got sidetracked. Thobit one, what's up? I need a layout that can do both. Oh, yours of that. Have a good stream. Okay, we'll see you. Thobit, yes, welcome. All right, we'll go back to AI. Okay, we'll go back to AI. We're talking about Glove 80, right? There's combo keys. Okay, let's see. Oh my gosh, there's 6 thumb keys. Dude, what do I even do with my thumbs on this? Like, this is crazy. The Glove 80 has a lot of keys. It's pretty nice though. So let's see, what's the magic? Is this what you're talking about? Are these the combos? Oh, right here, home row mods, is that what you're talking about? Oh, here's combos right here at the bottom, right? Can we make this bigger? Oh. Can we make this bigger? Maybe. Oh, okay. So what are your combos? Left control is 37 and 38. Key positions 37 and 38. I don't know what that means. Dang, this is so different. The Glove 80 software is so different. Oh, this is ZMK. Yeah, Oryx is ZSA's. Very, very hard to misfire. Okay. DF is control. Okay, yeah. I'll try combos. I haven't tried combos yet, but I'm interested in combos. I'm super interested. I'll have to take a look at that.
Or what the UN Commission is doing with the principles for AI deployment. And usually, I think the way to do it is to actually do the work, understand what it means in practice, and then create regulation based on that.
Yeah.
And that's what has happened so far. Now, getting ahead of these frontier systems requires that we do a lot more forecasting and science of capability prediction in order to come up with correct regulation on that.
All these words.
I hope the government has people that can understand.
Let's go a little faster.
What you're doing.
It seems like more and more
super long video.
folks are joining the government that have better understanding of AI, but
we're
not
really
enough.
at the edge of understanding
in terms of
now.
industries, you have the best seat maybe in the world to just see how this is going to impact different industries. And I mean, it already is in finance and content and media and healthcare. But what industries do you think, when you look forward, just you think are going to be most impacted by AI and the work that you're doing at OpenAI?
Yeah, this is sort of similar to the question that I used to get from entrepreneurs when we started building a product on top of GPT-3, where people would ask me, what is this good, like, what can I do with it? What is it good for? And I would say, everything, so just try it. And so it's kind of similar in the sense that I think it will affect everything, and there's not going to be an area that won't be affected in terms of cognitive work and cognitive, the cognitive labor and cognitive work. Maybe it's going to take a little bit longer to get into the physical world, but I think everything will be impacted by it. Right now, we've seen so I'd say there's been a bit of a lag in areas that have a lot of
it's good at everything,
that are high risk, such as healthcare or legal domains, and so there is a bit of a lag there, and rightfully so. First, you want to understand and bring it in use cases that are lower risk, medium risk. Really make sure those are handled with confidence before applying it to things that are high risk. And initially, there should be more human supervision, and then the delegation should change, and to the extent that it can be more collaborative.
Are there use cases that you personally?
I gotta stick with it.
About to see?
Yeah. So I think basically the first part of anything that you're trying to do, whether it's creating new designs, whether it's coding or writing an essay or writing an email or basically everything, the first part of everything that you're trying to do becomes so much easier. And that's been my favorite use of it. So far, I've really used it. Yeah, first draft for everything. Like it's so much faster. It lowers the barrier to doing something, and you can kind of focus on the part that's a bit more creative and more difficult. Especially in coding, you can sort of outsource a lot of the tedious work.
Documentation.
Yeah, documentation. But in industry, we've seen so many applications. Customer service is definitely a big application with chatbots and writing, also analysis, because right now we've sort of connected a lot of tools to the core model, and this makes the models far more usable and more productive. So
everyone loves
you have
AI
tons like
email.
code analysis. It can actually analyze a ton of data. You can dump all sorts of data in there, and it can help you analyze and filter out the data. Or you could you could use images, and you could use browsing tool. So if you're preparing, let's say, a paper, the research part of the work can be done much faster and in a more rigorous way. So I think this is kind of the next layer that's going to be added to productivity, adding these tools to the core models and making it very seamless. The model decides when to use, say, the analysis tool versus search versus something else.
Right program.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Interesting. Has it watched every TV show and movie in the world, and is it gonna start writing scripts and making films?
0.5.
Well, it's a tool, right? And so it certainly can do that as a tool.
I need to give it more context.
And I expect that we will collaborate with it, and it's going to make our creativity expand. And right now, if you think about how humans consider creativity, we see it as sort of this very special thing that's only accessible to these very few talented people out there. And these tools actually make it lower the barrier for anyone to think of themselves as creative, and expand their creativity. So in that sense, I think it's actually going to be really incredible.
Yeah, it could give me 200 different cliffhangers for the end of episode 1 or whatever,
Yes.
very easily.
And you can extend the story. The story never ends. You can just
keep going. Yes. I'm done writing. You keep going.
Really
that's interesting.
But I think it's really going to be a collaborative tool, especially in the creative spaces, where more people will become more creative.
Fear right now.
Yes,
so you're saying they'll switch, and humans will figure out how to make the creative part of the work just better.
This isn't.
I think so. And some creative jobs maybe will go away, but maybe they shouldn't have been there in the first place. If the content that comes out of it is not very high quality. But I really believe that using it as a tool for education and creativity will expand our intelligence and creativity and imagination.
Well, people thought CGI and things like that were going to wreck the film industry at the time. They were quite scared. This is, I think, a bigger thing. But anything new like that, the immediate reaction is going to be,
oh shoot, we're moving fast now.
I hope you're right about film and TV. Okay.
Wait, did we miss
the job part you raised? And let's forget Hollywood stuff. But there's a lot of jobs that people are worried about that they think are at risk.
Finally.
What's your view on job displacement in AI and
Perfect.
Really, not even just the work you're doing at OpenAI.
I'm gonna stop watching
overall.
after this. This is super
should people be
long.
really worried about that? And which kind of jobs? Or
Who's
how do
the
you see it all
interview guy?
working
I
out?
have no idea.
Yeah, I mean, the truth is that
Does he know
we don't really
documentation is
understand
there?
the impact that AI is going to have on jobs yet. And the first step is to actually help people understand what these systems are capable of, what they can do, integrate
Yeah, Christian, what's up? ChatGPT calling Bevy Game Agent already wrong. Yeah.
them in their workflows, and then start predicting and forecasting the impact. And also, I think people don't realize how much these tools are already being used, and that's not being studied at all. And so we should be studying what's going on right now with the nature of work, the nature of education, and that's going to help us predict for how to prepare for these increased capabilities. In terms of
I actually wonder, like, did ChatGPT's users keep going up, or did they plateau? Because I hardly use ChatGPT. I don't think I use it at all, actually. Like, I used it for this, but I'm not even logged in. Like, I stopped using it.
jobs specifically, I'm
I
not
don't
an
know about you
economist,
guys,
but I
but-
certainly anticipate that a lot of jobs will change. Some jobs will be lost, some jobs will be gained. We don't know specifically what it's going to look like, but you can imagine a lot of jobs that are repetitive that are
use
just strictly
Copilot either,
repetitive,
though.
and people are not advancing further.
People like
Those would be
QA and testing code and things like that. Those jobs are
unless
done.
they are, yes, and if it's strictly just that,
Yeah.
or
Wait,
strictly
what? Hold on a second. This was not in the thing. This was not in that Twitter video.
advancing further.
people like
Those would be
QA and testing code and things like that. Those jobs are
unless
done.
they are, yes.
What? Hold on. He just said QA and testing code, those jobs are done, right? I will say those jobs have already been done, right? QA and testing code, like Microsoft famously got rid of their whole QA team years and years ago, right? And now we test the code. We write tests for the code, right? I wouldn't say that, I think the jobs just got rolled into one. Like, I wouldn't say that they're gone, you know? I would say that it's the software developers' responsibility. That's interesting. That's weird how people think. It's interesting to see how people who aren't in the industry think.
And if it's strictly just that, or strictly.
That's just one example. There's many things like that.
many
Do you think there'll be enough jobs created elsewhere to compensate for that?
I was full stack now. After AI, I'm full company.
I think there are going to be a lot of jobs created, but the weight of how many jobs are created, how many jobs are changed, how many jobs are lost, I don't know.
Okay.
And I don't think anyone knows really, because it's not being rigorously studied, and it really should be. But I think the economy will transform, and there's going to be a lot of value created by these tools. And so the question is, how do you
When?
harness this value? The nature.
How long is it going to take? How long is it's already been 6 years, right? I thought we were on this exponential curve of AI progress. What happened?
Jobs really changes.
Did we slow?
Then how are we distributing
slowing?
sort of the economic value into society? Is it through public benefits? Is it through UBI? Is it through some other new system? So there are a lot of questions to explore and figure out.
So maybe there's a big role for higher ed in that work that you're describing there. It's just not quite happening yet.
Yeah.
What else for higher ed and this future of AI? What do you think is the role of higher ed and what you see and how this is evolving?
Oh, shoot.
I think really figuring out how we use these tools.
So what's funny with this question is she's at Dartmouth, right? She's at an Ivy League. Is Dartmouth Ivy League? She's at some university. And so the idea that he would ask about what's the future of universities, I would say that personally it's not looking good. It's not looking good for them.
Tools in AI to
They're
advance
not releasing Sora. Yeah.
education, because I think one of the most powerful applications of AI is going to be in education, advancing our creativity and knowledge. And we have an opportunity to basically build super high quality education, and very accessible and ideally free for anyone in the world in any of the languages or cultural nuances that you can imagine. You can really have customized understanding and customized education for anyone in the world.
Dude, what's funny about this is that she is basically she's saying it without saying it, but Dartmouth is done, right? Universities, we don't need you anymore. That's basically what she's saying, right?
And of course, in institutions like Dartmouth, the classrooms are smaller and you have a lot of attention. But still, you can imagine having just one-on-one tutoring, even here, let alone in the rest of the world.
Yeah.
Yes, that is because we don't spend enough time learning how to learn, right? That sort of happens very late, maybe in college. And that is such a fundamental thing, how you learn. Otherwise, you can waste a lot of time. And the classes, the curriculum, the problem sets, everything can be customized to how you actually learn as an individual.
So you think it could really, at a place like Dartmouth, it could complement some of the learning that's happening
absolutely,
with
yeah.
AIs,
Compliment. Yeah, that's
tutors and whatnot. Should we open it up? Do you mind taking some questions from the audience? Is that okay?
Happy to.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay,
All right.
so that's it. That's it. That's the whole video. All right, yeah, that was crazy. Not really what I was expecting. I was expecting more brutality. Yeah, but I guess she's been coached. Maybe she has like one of those PR coaches that tells you how to talk. Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Maybe I should probably go over like the Bevy stuff just because I'm still in the software and development game category or software development category, and I didn't do just chatting. So let me turn on the music. We'll do like 20 minutes, and then I got to jump because I got actual work to do. Let's see. Yeah, okay. Look, there's no bugs today. It's incredible. Can you believe it? With Rails? Dude. Can't believe it. Can't believe it. All right, let me do this. Can we do this? Can we play this? All right. But yeah, we got like 20 minutes. Then I'll jump. Oh my gosh, dude. Loopback is just like, I updated it and now it sounds like crap. They're not releasing Sora at all. Let me change this. We're not doing that anymore. We're just doing, let's do like, learning Bevy. Oh yeah, it's like totally horrible. Like it honestly sounds, I shouldn't have updated loopback. I knew it. Oh, it sounds like it's peaking, right? That's what it is. What if I turn it down a little bit? Oh, that's better. That's much better. Okay, maybe that's what it is. Yeah, let's just do that instead. All right. Learning Bevy. I mean, there's a lot of good resources for Bevy, which is like insane. But I think like I approach games more like a business than I do the web because I'm too like emotionally attached to the web. I have to like disconnect from SaaS. I have to like disconnect from the web for a while because I'm like too close to it, the technology, and like I'm so focused on like frameworks and stuff that I'm never gonna actually ship anything. So yeah, I definitely have to fix it, right? I gotta fix it. So I'm gonna do games for a while, and it's funny because the first thing I did, since I don't play games and I don't understand anything about games, is I go to Steam, right? I go, okay, what is like? I go to the store or whatever, right? What do I do here? I go to the store. I go to stats, right? First of all, I see how many people are even on Steam, right? So there's 30 million people on Steam, right? So what are the odds that on an average day of 30 million people, right? What are the odds that like some low percentage of them, 0.001%, right, will see the game that I make, right? And like, does it actually make sense, right? From like a financial standpoint, like first of all, how fast can I make a game, right? Here, maybe we'll do like a little thing to understand like my thought process. I don't even know what I have on here. It's going to be something weird probably. Let me see. Yeah, see, it's going to be some strange thing that I did. Here, we'll delete this. Okay, so like there's one thing, right? Wait, what? Am I drawing? Didn't even mean to do that. Oh, is it Command Z? Oh, there we go. I guess. Okay. Oops. I still didn't even do the thing. All right. So there's four things, right? Oh yeah. Feel free to jump. Also, like the AI thing's done, so feel free. Let me see. So there's like I'm just doing this for myself. There's like plus. No, I don't want to do that. How do I make the font bigger? Is it possible? Do I just drag it? I'm not good at oh, wow. Okay. So yeah, like making games is like how big is the market, right? And then you sort of just go like, I mean, this is true for everything, I guess, right? Which game, which genre, right? Which indie genre sells the most, right? Or has the sells the most, right? And this can also be like rephrased as like so 3, what is the probability, right, that what is the probability of any downloads, right? Any sales, not downloads, any sales, right? So I'm like approaching it from like more of a business standpoint than like I want to make a game, because I don't play games, right? But I also don't use like websites either. So if I had come at websites like this way, I might do something different. I mean, like, and I guess like I could approach like any. So now the problem is how do you oh, whoops. Can I do this? Can I do enter 4? Whoops. Where are the people, right? Like what are the like channels or whatever? Acquisition channels, right? What are like the acquisition channels, right? I said I was learning Bevy, but honestly, I'm like learning business, right? So I think this is like a much healthier mindset for me than like my web mindset, which is more focused on technology. And I'm also like, so this is what I was talking about at the beginning of the video, or the beginning of the stream, is like, I think like, I don't have any attachment to the games industry. And the way I make software is like, I'll release something and then that's pretty much it. Like I don't really do any updates. But web is like completely different. Web is like, you're going to make a thing and you're going to use it forever, right? Once is the only, and like subscription models and no one cares. Like games are psychologically, people are prepared to pay for games. But websites, I don't think even in 2024, I don't think a lot of people are psychologically prepared to like fork over money for websites. At least I'm not, like, because there's been so much like free stuff over like the course of the web's life that paying for anything that's like intangible is like strange. But at least a game, you download it, you run it on your computer, it feels like you own it, right? And I think like 37 Signals once is one of those things as like a counterpoint, but it's like such a blip that I'm like, is this even a thing? Like if 37 Signals wasn't 37 Signals, could they do a once style thing and succeed, you know? And even then there's still like you pay one time, but you still have like updates. But a game is more like, I don't know. It's more like people are, you know, they're fine. Yeah. So anyway, first of all, how big is the games market, right? And the games market in general, I thought was like a few billion or something. I'm not actually sure how big the games market is. And like after that, it's like how big, I guess like I could also rephrase this, like where do indie games like sell the most? Is it Steam? Is it Itch? And I'm like weirdly into the scene, even though I don't play games. Like I know all this stuff. So I feel like this knowledge, 250 billion, is that what it is? 250 billion. So yeah, like that's what I'm saying is like if I go to Itch and I go to like, because Itch is like known for like indie games, right? I think it even says a simple way to find and share indie games online for free, but you can still sell them, right? The only thing that I could possibly, so I'm looking at what is AI girlfriend. Is that what this is? AI to you, with you till the end. Yandere, what the frick is this? AI girlfriend simulator. Mobile gaming is a giant part of that in the US. Yes, 350 worldwide. Okay. So yeah, like also if you think about game development, you think about a bunch of stuff that you don't have to do. Like there's no HTML. There's no HTML. Okay. There's no Tailwind. There's no JavaScript, right? It's just your language, your engine of choice, and like how fast can you, and so like I look at it as like two sides to a coin, right? Like on the one side is the game development side, and like that's more about like models. They both don't really have anything to do with code at this point, right? Code is not really like a thing, right? You can easily get like a web template and like sell stuff, right? But it's the same thing in the games industry, right? Like you can easily slap together some horrible poly stuff. Like I saw this thing called poly. Oh, I should do only dibs. Poly Pizza, right? So there's like free and paid for 3D models, but they're like low poly, right? So like here's a hot dog. It's like a little watermelon guy, right? Here's like a eggplant, right? Coldflow, what's up? There's like an avocado, which is pretty cool. But yeah. And so like the way I understand the acquisition channels, right, in games better. They're like, it's like I understand the people better, right? So like the acquisition channels are like Twitch streaming, right? Which lo and behold is what I'm doing. There's like YT devlogs, right? But the competition is super stiff. Like the competition is insane. People love games, which is good because you should make something people want, right? Not what I want necessarily, but if it isn't Sean Walker himself, Coldfloat, that is me. That is me. Doxed? Am I doxed today? There's also a game engine named Bevy. Bevy is also a yeah. Well, we're doing Bevy. So this is what I've done with Bevy, right? Let's go over here. Let me go over to Bevy because I said I was going to do Bevy, right? Is that what ChatGPT said? Am I switching to game dev? I'm not switching. I'm taking a break. Okay. I'm too close. I'm too into it. You know what I mean? But it's mostly about content, right? Let me see. What am I doing? What is it called? What did I call it? Spaceship? Is that what I called it? Did I call it spaceship? Maybe I did. Let's see. How many commits are in here? Okay. Notice all the commits are, dude, this audio. I thought it was because, oh, there we go. I think that's a little better, right? Yeah, that's better. Okay. Yeah, so if I come down here to main, right? So like here's Bevy, right? Came over C Shark. Coldfloat, you know it's gonna be Rust. All right? You know it's gonna be Rust. Are you serious? You thought Coldfloat is in chat, okay? And Coldfloat thought that it would be how can I do this? What am I doing? How do I Arc browser? Yeah, implemented in Swift. Is it really? How do I do this? What is it? This selection saved to jump list. Oh my gosh, I gotta look at my keyboard. Hold on. Where is plus? What did I do with plus? Oh, it's this. Yeah. Okay. Let me do this. I'm gonna jump in like 8 minutes, and we're gonna raid somebody. Then I gotta get to work. Let me see. So what is this? Plus? Is it control plus? Dude. Is it command plus? I don't even remember. Is it equals? Oh my gosh. Oh, I see. Because it's not shift, right? It's actually just equals. Interesting. All right. The Mac OS one is? Yeah, we're not going to, but the Windows one is C#. Yeah, you know it's going to be Rust, though. You know it's going to be Bevy. Okay, so we got Bevy, right? We got Bevy. We got Rust, right? It's this ECS thing, which I know what ECS is vaguely, but whatever. So it's pretty cool. So I found this like really, really like good video series on like learning. It's the most in-depth video series on Bevy I've ever seen. Why haven't I seen the Rust engines take off yet? Probably because like I think a lot of game developers like all included tools. Like they like the map editor and the like if you're doing tile stuff, right? They like all that stuff like built in. But yeah, I have to find what game. So I'm just gonna make a bunch of games that are like pretty amateur, on stream mostly, or like doing devlogs on YouTube, and then I'm gonna just see, like over the next like few months. Actually, probably not. I'm probably gonna take a break in August for unknown reasons, but after that, after I get some free time, which it might be never, honestly. If I ever get free time again, I'll probably like start it back up, but yeah, no more Ride. Yeah, I mean honestly, like Ride, so the last thing I was doing Coldfloat was Andrew, there's an opinion that Rust makes it hard to iterate on games fast. Yeah, well we'll see. That's what I'm saying. We'll see. So like this is pretty cool. So let me just walk you through this. So you can set like here, I'll just show you what this is. Hold on. Can I open up a new thing here? Let's see. Can we do cargo run? Right? Oh, jeez. Dude. Every time I think I'm getting the hang of this keyboard, I'm like not getting the hang of it. So all this does is log stuff, and I cannot control this ship at all. But it is like 3D, right? And it's like weirdly purple for some reason and like weirdly dark. But yeah. So this is it, right? This is the whole thing. That's all it does. So let me walk you through like how it works, then I'll jump. So in Bevy, you start everything with app new, and then you can like add colors and stuff, right? Which for some reason in the tutorial they made it purple. And then you can add like global light sources, right? And then you always want to add this because you probably want the default plugins. But everything in Bevy is, look, I'll talk about Ride, okay? I know, like Coldplay, you don't even care. You're just here for the content, okay? All right, so let's see. This has like default plugins, and so that gives you like a bunch of stuff, right? And so in Bevy, there's like 2 layers of encapsulation. Hey, Coldplay, there's 2 levels of encapsulation, right? The first level is what's called ECS, so that's Entity Component System. And it's a pretty old idea. It's not new at all. But if you know anything about game dev, like you've heard of this. And ECS is mostly just to get around Rust's borrow checker. But they'll build it as like some innovation, right? Well, it doesn't matter. Bevy's cool. So the second layer of encapsulation is called plugins, right? And the plugin system is, I think, really cool because it keeps, so this main file is like pretty clean. There's like nothing here. And I just sort of like shell out to my plugins, and all the plugins are just like a plugin trait. And so they all have this build function. And so you can it's sort of like, it's a trait that it accepts a mutable reference to that same app from main. And then you can like add your systems like the S and ECS at like different times in the game. So there's like a few different, so it abstracts the game loop, right? That .run was the game loop. And so it like abstracts all that stuff away from you. So all you have to do is like focus on like this, like camera stuff. And so there's like a few different runs or a few different schedules, right? So the schedules are like startup, which is like when the game loop first starts up. And then there's update, which is every frame. The only thing that's awkward about this is that the timing stuff is awkward. So like if you want to, so like here's like the ship, right? So if you want so this is like the spaceship that you saw on the screen. So here's there's another plugin. You just make a struct, right? Some holder struct or whatever, which is kind of whatever. And then you import the trait for that. And then you can do the things that you want to do, right? So here I'm like just spawning the ship, right? And so like it takes the commands, right? And then I'll show you how to query for components, which is really interesting. It feels more like Axum than anything. But so it goes like, there's layers, right? There's like your main app game loop. Inside of that is like your plugin. Inside of that is your systems, right? It's like a Russian doll, right? And then inside of your systems, it takes commands, right? And you can do things with commands, but mostly all you do is like spawn things. That's all I know how to do so far. And so like here I have this velocity thing, which is how I control how fast the ship moves, right? And then you can like, you can make bundles that represent your graphical elements. And then so this asset for the ship is loaded here. And I just got that from Polypizza. And then you can control like where it is in the scene, the model, I mean. And they've got this like built-in asset server. So it's actually really similar to Axum because they have this dependency injection idea. And you know, it's kind of almost similar to game dev, or not game dev, web dev in a way. So let me show you the movement. So here's the velocity, right? So this one, on every single tick of the game loop, this runs, right? this is what add systems update means. And then you can sort of put in any function that you want. So like here, the function is update pause. And so that's what was happening to this thing. So here's where the ECS sort of like comes together, right? Is this query idea, and this is very Axum, right? Like this is essentially the same, right? So you can query your components within the game loop, any of the components that you've made. So all you have to do is derive component on a struct, and it becomes a component. And so here I'm doing Bevy's built-in transform component and the velocity component, and this could be any tuple, right?
Hello, Peter. What's happening?
Uddy style, UDDY style. Welcome. So, and the other thing you could do is like more injection, right? There's more dependency injection right here. So here is what I was talking about with the awkwardness, is like if you want to maximize, so each processor moves at a different speed. So like if you don't like cap your time when your things are moving, the ship could move on different client computers like at a different speed. So you have to like set basically a max, right? And so you can tie the movement in your game to the game loop ticks, right? And so here's one way to do that, right? So you can take your velocity that you have, which is your own component, right? Which is the speed the ship is moving, right? And then you can take the transform, which Bevy gives you for free in the default plugins. And then you can say, okay, so for all this tuple of velocity and transforms from my query, right? I want to update it somehow. So everything's mutable, everything's reference, right? It's kind of nice, actually. And then you sort of do like you change your translation, your transform translation by your velocity, right? So I'm increasing the velocity of that ship moving up like in the Y direction, right? There's obviously X, Y, and Z, right? And then so here I'm capping it though to time delta seconds, right? So I don't want it to move. If the processor is going faster, I don't want the game loop to be independent based on like how fast someone's computer is. So this is, I mean, it's pretty cool. It's awkward, but like I could see it. So yeah, it's pretty sweet. It's pretty fun. What I love about this is, if you noticed, there's no JavaScript, right? It's kind of nice. So I only have these 4 plugins, but I'm gonna go over the video series and like add more and like controls and stuff. But yeah, I mean, all of it works the same, right? So like in ship here, I would have like some kind of input probably, right? Like I would just like inject like input, right? Some input system, right? Like what is it? Input or something, input, button input, right? And then I don't know what this, it's like key code or something, right? Maybe, let's see, what is button input? So it's some kind of T, right? Some generic. And then so in button input, there's probably different types, but I'm assuming that it has to implement some trait that's not just copy. Oh, it could be anything, I guess, right? So here they've got like pressed things, right? Does this work? Let's see. Yeah. Oh, wait. Yeah. So there you go. Oh, it doesn't like this. Uh-oh. Maybe I'll have to figure that out. Oh, I think I have to do the query thing where I like query for the button being pressed. But anyway, it doesn't matter, right? Am I going to do Space Invaders? So this tutorial that I'm following is make sure the game loop speeds up when the player presses the turbo button. Oh, that's true. That is true. Are you gonna make a Space Invader thing? Yeah. So I'm gonna take this tutorial and sort of change it a little bit. This is like an asteroids thing, but I'm gonna change it to be. I really like shoot 'em ups, right? From when I was a kid. I like this. I like shoot 'em ups. Let me see. I was looking at some. I don't know, like this is like the thing, right? Like this one is kind of, no, that's not really. Like it's how do I describe this? Not even this one really, right? Can I see more? Is it possible? Let me see. What if I go here? No, we don't want to do that. That was scary. Where it's like bullet hell kind of. They call it like bullet hell. It's kind of like that where there's like bullets flying all over the place. right? Let me mute this so it doesn't like blow everyone's eardrums out or whatever. Let's see. What is like a good example? Maybe it is this one. It's kind of like this, right? But not really. What's up with the anime? Probably it's more like up and down. Like is it this? I saw one that was really good. Shoot. Back from when I was a kid. I know. That's the only thing I could think of, okay? Honestly. Like something like this. This is perfect. Okay, so something like this, right? Where you're sort of like a ship, and then I don't know about these graphics, but so you're moving up and down, and there's like stuff all over, and like there's bullets just going everywhere. And so I thought, oh, maybe I'll do that as like a first one, but it's gonna be way, way worse than this, right? Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna do this. It's pretty cool. Like at least it's like visually interesting. Like if I'm gonna make content, I at least want it to be visually interesting, because I feel like web dev is like, oh, I submitted the form. Isn't that exciting? But like this is way cooler. Like if I program this is way, way cooler, right? This is way more interesting to watch. But yeah. So I have like a multiple thing. I'm trying to give some distance from the web for a while. I'll probably come back to it, but yeah. Build an in-browser game in Go. Oh, really? In Go? It's actually pretty cool. You have a link? Yeah, so I'm more into like the building, and since I'm not going to use like my web stuff that I make anyway, React use server is 6 Sergeant Pepper, you sure about that? You sure about that though? You're probably talking about Toho game series. Let's give Coldfloat a second. Is he gonna cook? Coldfloat, you gonna cook? I don't know Coldfloat's gender. Okay, I have no idea. Okay, I don't know what's going on. Mythval. Let's see. Oh, I can play. Oh, sweet. Okay, let's do it. Let me close. Let me get rid of this. Can I get rid of this? Oh, jeez. All right, there we go. Let's see. So guest, right? Pre-alpha, there may be bugs. Okay. Okay, so join. Okay. Oh, it's multiplayer. Oh, shoot. Where's WASD? Is this W? Oh, WSD. Oh, wow, that's weird. WASD is like off. Wait, WFDSA. Okay. Wow, that's really weird. I don't like WASD on ortholinear. That's not good. It makes way less sense, right? Okay, so let me see. So I can do things. Okay, sweet. What is this portal? There's nothing. It kind of reminds me of, okay. Oh, I have to press E? I don't even know what this is. He streams? Okay. What? I'm so confused. I don't know where I am. How do I fight people? Where do I go? Is this like, it's kind of like Pokemon. This is really cool though. I will say this. This is sick. Like the idea that you can even like go, so can I go in here? Oh, I can. Okay. Let's see. Where else is, there's a mini map. Okay. Yeah. Also, I mean, there's like a little boost. What was that? Oh, that's interesting. Oh, it's like a little boost. Where is E? Isn't E there? Dude, all right, I gotta get out of here though. Let's find someone to raid. And playing on such a keyboard is not a remap keys to ESDF instead of WASD. Oh, really? Yeah, I know. It's ESDF. Oh, yeah, that would be better, right? Yeah, WASD is like awkward with this. ESDF is much better. Yeah, that is true. I might make a separate layer for that. But I don't even know. Like, I'm not even sure. Like, I feel like I would never play a game on the PC, but I guess I am right now. So, yeah. But I'm looking at E. Oh, there we go. Wizard. Missing resources. Dude, there's like no tutorial or anything. All right. Anyway, let's see. Who's streaming? Let's find out. Let's see. Let me pause the music. I gotta get to work. But yeah, I'm pretty pumped about this, and I'm so glad that there's no JavaScript. I'm just not having JavaScript is enough. Should be J to move down and K to move up. Ooh, Vim controls. Heck yeah, I'm more into that. I always do H for left, J is down, K is up, L as right. I ran out of phrase and later found out I have controller. Wait, everyone's playing games except for me? Am I the only one that doesn't play games? What in the world? Maybe my worldview is like way off. Like maybe I'm like overthinking this game dev thing. I'm like, oh, no one plays games, right? And now with the JS bashing, it's offensive. I'm offended because like this stupid React I have to do today. Yeah, I mean, my only problem with JavaScript is like I've done it for so long, right? That's the thing. It's like I just want something new, you know? All right, let's see. Not my stream, that's for sure. Don't want to look at that. MetaMe. All right, should we do MetaMe? The broken only job senior job. Okay, let me see. Pirate Software. Let's see. Melky. Okay, let me see. Raid Linus.
Very well. If you don't have deep knowledge, you need to obtain deep knowledge in
Linus. Dude, good job. I've only done it for 24 years.
Ends up looking like
Shoot, that's what I'm talking about, Sergeant Pepper. That's what I'm saying. Here, let me say it. That was
a
super
potato
loud.
or bread. I really can't tell.
It's bread,
That's
but
bread.
It took me a moment.
Okay, Squarespace is here to level up your online presence with Squarespace Blueprint, a tool
Dude,
designed to give you
2,500 people watching. Oh my gosh. Do people even raid Linus though? Let's go, Linus. All right, let's do it. Have you seen that video of Linus trying Linux? I have seen that. I watched that. I watched a little bit of it and I thought it was the worst thing. Maybe I should just make Linux games, right? Exclusively Linux. Like I should buy my Linux mini PC and just make Linux games. Like, and like who can, like, cause all the Windows, like it's super competitive. Linux, there's probably less games. And then I could make them like weirdly dev focused because like people who run Linux are like devs. So then I could do like weird, like, you know, support is so bad. Yeah, but Bevy is good on Linux, right? Bevy's all right, I think. I don't know. Maybe I'll see. But yeah, like maybe I'll just make Linux games, right? Like Tux Racer, you know? Maybe I just try to make a Tux Racer game. All right, let's raid Linus, I guess. I don't know. You guys say raid Linus, so that's fine.
game on the new MSI on a new MSI monitor
ads?
with OLED Care 2.0,
So
designed
confused.
to help prevent screen burn-in. Their new MSI
for
Mag
existing games?
341 CQP QD-OLED,
maybe I'll,
which I still think is a better
maybe
name
I'll just
than
make Linux
those
indie games.
Snapdragon chips,
Yeah.
is
All right.
great
We're
for
gonna
having the
make
ultimate
so
gaming
awkward.
experience. This
It's like,
next-gen
just the
QD OLED
idea-
panel
what am I doing?
delivers
I'm in his chat.
beautiful image quality with fast 0.03
All right.
millisecond
Even
grade
Epic
rate
Games
response
works
times
fine.
and a
Just play Marvel's Midnight Wars
175
flawlessly?
hertz
Oh.
refresh rate.
Dang it.
It's
Andrew,
got
you
HDMI
got it.
2.1 with the
Come
full
on.
48 gigabit per second for console gamers. Perfect for
You
next
gotta get my hopes up a little bit that there's room. Okay, is there room for me to make indie Linux games? All right. My Steam Deck is arriving. I'll find out the game support story soon. Dang, everyone's playing games. That's why I should make games, right? I should make games. Like that's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna see. I'm gonna make like a few games. They're gonna be crappy, but you know, it's all right. Maybe I'll make them for free. I don't know. Charge $1, right? $1 a month. All right.
onto the wild internet. You'd never know.
I don't even know what is this,
you're
like a
going to
rerun?
have thrown at you.
guys making me do
Our
this.
sponsor, Control
so
D,
stupid.
is here to steer all the threats away from you.
I use AI
Control
to
D
customize game
offers
content.
strong
Ooh.
security and privacy
kinda cool.
features as a cloud-based DNS service. What is DNS?
All
I'm
right.
glad you asked. It stands
it
for
was fun.
Domain
I'll be
Name
back next
System.
week,
I thought it was
probably.
service. Is it service or
Linus.
system? some of my
rate Linus
talking
like
points
it's-
today are pretty
like it's
broken.
cool.
I'm not going to lie.